They called him the Sandman. Frank loved the beach and would often go crazy style on it, meaning he would hump it with great ferocity while families screamed and ran. Lifeguards would shout, "No humping the beach!" as crazy style evolved into insane style. This went on until he was arrested. He was addicted to the game of beach humping, and his life was falling apart because of it. Then he got the ultimatum: enlist in a world war or go to prison for life. Frank learned to fly a plane, but every mission over water his plane would mysteriously crash and he'd end up on the beach humping and pumping the grains of time. His commanding officer would say, "Do not deliberately crash your plane this time, just so you could wash ashore and hump the beach, Frank." And Frank would say, "Oh yes, I would never do that, man." 20 minutes later, he'd be screaming that his plane had been hit, despite not engaging the enemy, and then he'd climb out and jump into the ocean. His fellow soldiers would cry tears of freedom as they watched him pull himself ashore and go insane style on the beach. He watched so many of his friends die while doing this. Yes, that's probably the longest cold open we've ever had. Roll the music!
Yeah, that one I can't even pretend to understand or know, like, what it's from or anything.
So there's a Instagram channel, an Instagram account, who just makes fake books, and I've watched a few of them. I've looked at a few of them over the years. They've done some absolutely brilliant ones. My favourite ones, of course, being things like "Aliens Stole My Balls" by Harry Nutsack.
Again, this sounds really Chuck Tingle.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it doesn't have the Chuck Tingle joy.
Yeah, because
the
there is
sheer
like a real
love of life that the Chuck Tingle books have.
a real like joy de vivre in those books, isn't there? You know,
The
I just think
Harry.
Chuck himself, right?
Oh yeah, I mean Chuck Tingle is a
legend,
the man
absolute
is amazing.
legend. I love what he's done.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love what he's done, like the niche that he's carved out for himself.
Yeah, the guy has. I mean, you have stuff like Camp Damascus, which in of itself is an incredible book.
Brilliant book. Like the guy is a brilliant writer. Like he is like craftsman. He knows what he's doing. He knows of which he speaks.
Yeah, and what was it? The one about Hollywood. Bury Your Gaze.
Yes.
Yeah, which once again, the man has he builds these amazing books, but then on his like off time, he writes stuff like Harriet Porter, which why is the Harry Potter parody this incredibly life-affirming experience?
Yeah, and so good, right? Just better, like so good in my opinion, better than the Harry Potter books. But you know,
you can tell that the guy's a massive D&D fan because he's made a magic system that makes sense.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I am always hot to trot for Chuck Tingle. I think the man is.
Me too. I think he's a genius. I think like marketing, for just marketing alone, he's an absolute genius. Monkfin, you assume Tingle is a man and not a sentient erotic countermeasure against despair. That's. I mean, even if he is a man, that is exactly what he is.
Yeah,
he is very much that too. You know. Yeah, he's brilliant. He's one of those people who's just like, he's looked at like the self-publishing ability that's out, the platforms that are out there, and has just marketed himself. He's created this subculture around himself that's utterly, I mean, so dedicated, but also so positive as well.
Yeah. The man is. He's just joy incarnate. That's the only way I can describe him.
He's very positive. He's very positive.
Yeah, and the entire basis of all of his life is love is real, and it doesn't matter what kind of love. It's just love, and you can't help but get behind that when it's as, it's presented in such a massively positive,
Yeah.
strong building
Earnest.
block. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
And he writes
Oh.
in all sorts of areas as well. I mean, like, he does a lot more than people realize because he writes under a lot of pseudonyms as well.
Yeah.
He's in quite a lot of the horror anthologies that I enjoy, some that I'm in, you know. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, he's
Science fiction, everything. Fantasy. He's into obviously he's into fantasy, you know.
yeah. I mean, the guy is such a massive RPG nerd that occasionally his Facebook account back in the days when I was still using Facebook on a regular basis, you'd see him just like pop up. It's like, no, I'm not moving from D&D 3rd edition. You can't make me. It's like, I don't blame you. Okay.
He's still doing the Thaco, is he?
Still doing Thaco. There's nothing wrong with Thaco. People who don't like Thaco are wrong. That's as simple as that. There's nothing wrong with Thaco. It is
When
fine.
did they remove it? When what edition? Was it 4th when they removed it?
Yeah, I think
Right.
was it even in 3.5?
I don't know. I can't remember. I know it doesn't exist anymore. I know it's not part of the game anymore.
No, and that's for another reason why D&D is currently shite.
Yeah.
So how are you guys doing?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Overworked, underpaid, as per, you know, but not bad.
I know that feeling well. Yeah. How's Andy doing now? Is the heat? Are you surviving the heat at all there, Andy?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It could have been a lot worse, so but it's pretty fine where I am at the moment.
Yeah, likewise. It's not terrible here, but my
No.
God, the last few days have been horrific.
I know. Was it Tuesday? It was no.
Yeah, yeah.
Even for me, that was no.
Evening, Mr. White.
Hey, it's a Mr. White.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a terrible barometer for this kind of thing, though, because I am hypersensitive to heat and light. I hate both of them, like, really profoundly. I'm like some fucking subterranean goblin. I really am. You know, when the heat and the light starts, I just close all my curtains and just want to bury myself under the earth and hibernate until winter comes.
Does that mean that you're one of the vampires from Dusk Till Dawn?
Oh, one of the more animalistic ones, possibly. I haven't checked. It's quite possible.
I haven't checked. How do you check yourself to see which type of vampire you are?
I would prefer to be one of the Fae Anne Rice vampires myself, you know, the sexy vampires, but hey.
Well, that's all well and good if they were actually vampires, but Anne Rice doesn't write vampires. She writes bloodthirsty angels.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. In fact, I would like to be one of the vampires from the more recent Interview with the Vampire series who are sexy vampires and primarily gay as well, so that's all good.
Myself, I just want to be one of the ones from... what's the one set in Alaska?
30 Days of Night.
30
That's
Days
the
of
one,
Night.
30
Yeah,
Night,
one of the really bestial ones. The monsters.
Yeah,
They are fun.
I just think they've got the greatest sounding language that's ever been put to cinema, because it's like a mixture of like hard medieval Russian with just guttural clicks, and it's
I like those vampires.
I want to go around. Go to that's
properly monstrous ones. Yeah,
the Strigoi.
Yeah, the ones that like properly gnaw on your bones, vampires. Yeah,
absolutely. What have people been up to then since last we recorded? For it has been a little while.
It's been a bit.
How long has it been?
It's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Okay.
Which, you know, there are longer gaps that we've had.
Probably where I was confused, because I was like, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago compared to sometimes it's been.
No, it's just. I think from my point of view, it's been a very long 3 weeks because it's just been busy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I also like the fact that on the camera, I've just realised that Gormfield is just staring down at everyone.
Yeah, I took him out because he was taking a picture of the shot.
Well, hang on then. There's Gormfield.
Yay.
Oh, there he is.
I love Gormfield. He is a terrible, terrifying monstrosity.
He's not as terrifying as what most of the internet has done with Garfield, I can tell you.
Well, that's true.
He watched me while I slept on the floor at yours
Yeah.
last year. He sat on the sofa while I slept on the floor.
I mean, you've seen the Lumpy Touch videos of Gorefield, haven't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean,
Bloody hell. Jesus Christ.
I think something like that's pure horror field. But this
Yeah.
thing, you just wake up and he's just sniffing your toes, just
Yeah.
like with no like emotional constants or anything.
Yeah.
Just there, just like a blank slate, just sniffing your toes.
Like,
think
if
I
you look at it, it
prefer-
looks like something from The Conjuring, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, guys,
Like, it's
that's
kind of cheesy. It's not that scary, but you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a bit weird, isn't it?
there's something I did recently. I watched the final Conjuring
Oh,
film.
did you? Oh God, I just cannot. I could not bring myself to do it. I could not bring myself to do it. I hate those films.
I have such a weird love affair with those films. I know they are the worst example of whitewashing
Yeah.
a person's life. I am so aware, but they're just so shit.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them.
I know
I
a lot of people who
forgot-
do, I know a lot of people who do enjoy them. I mean, and don't get me wrong, they're competent. They're competently made. They're not like bad.
No.
They're just I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal with regards to like them as horror films. Because I find them just also ran, particularly the first one. The first one is just like, well, it's the most derivative haunted house film you could possibly imagine. And then
It takes actual time and effort to be as derivative as that film is.
as it could possibly be.
I love it.
Like, if you've seen the original Amityville Horror, you've seen it. If you've seen the original Poltergeist, you've seen it. If you've seen The Haunting, you've seen it. It's just, oh my God. And then, of course, you have the other element, which is the fucking Warrens.
Well,
We'll do that, though, won't we, Adam? You did say that we were going to maybe talk about
at some point when
at some
James is
point.
free, we are going to sit down. We're going to bring the Creeks back for one episode where me, you, and James can sit around and absolutely tear the Warrens a new one.
I will break out some booze, and I will break out my correspondence with Ray Garton as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the author who wrote the novelization of the original Amityville Horror, because he met the fuckers. He actually met the pieces of shit. And I spoke to him when I wrote my article for Ginger Nuts of Horror about the Warrens. And he's brilliant. He was, I mean, sadly, he passed away not too long ago, Ray. But he was fantastic. He came back to me. He gave me reams of information about the Warrens. Reams of information. And he did not spare them. He did not spare them. He talks about a moment when he spoke to Ed Warren, and he was like, look, you need to give me some information. I'm meant to be writing this novelization, but I don't really know anything. So please tell me what happened. Give me something. And Ed said to him, purportedly, it doesn't matter. Just make it scary. Make it so that it sells books. That's all that matters. Just make it scary.
Warrens.
Ray
Little
said,
potato people.
Yeah, Ray said of Lorraine Warren, if she told him that the sun was going to come up tomorrow, he'd have to triple check. He said she was the most untrustworthy, lying, grifting, money-grubbing shyster he has ever met in his life. And for some reason, because he was writing the book, she thought he was in on it. So she didn't speak to him like the laity, like the people she was conning. She spoke to him as though he was like a partner in the grift, So yeah, Ray did not like her. He did not like that woman.
Can you please let me know, because I've always wanted to know this. Did they smell of faintly off rotten eggs?
They look like they do, don't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you look at the pictures of them, they look like they smell.
Mr. White says, I have a feeling this eventual recording will not be positive.
No, I mean, I
if
don't
you
know
want-
if you've read my article over at the Ginger Nuts of Horror, Adam, about the Warrens, but it is nothing but vitriol. There is literally nothing about those two grifting con artists. They're the kind of people who, humanity is better off without them. Like, it is unambiguously better off without them. They spent their life just parasitizing other people's misery. They were the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. Awful
George,
human beings.
without them, we wouldn't have got Michael Bay's The Amityville Horror.
Would we have not? What a shame. And
Is
also,
that
we
the one
wouldn't
with
have had The
Ryan
Conjuring.
Reynolds?
What was that, sorry, Andy?
Yes,
Is that the
that's
Ryan
right.
Reynolds one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's the one.
It's
I like
wonderful,
that.
isn't it?
Oh, it's great.
It's so weird. Have you
You
seen
cannot give me shit for
Have you
watching
seen,
these films.
I
Andy,
never
have you
did.
seen, Andy, have you seen the 1979 original adaptation of the Amityville Horror?
I don't think so. I know that whenever I imagine it, I imagine the father looking a bit like Gruff with longer hair.
Yes, that's the one.
That's about
That's
right.
the one.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think I've
it's,
seen it. I know bits of it though. Yeah, your
I-
hair needs to be a bit more afro-y, Mr.
Yes,
Gruff.
that's
Oh,
it.
right, okay.
That's
about
it.
it.
That's exactly the one.
Yeah.
That is it's a good film.
Yes.
I mean, it's bullshit. It's a complete con, and the weird thing about the original Amityville Horror, it's this like confabulation of various cons going on together. So George Lutz, the guy who owned the Amityville house at the time, who claimed all this supernatural shit was happening, he's been outed since as a complete con artist. He made it all up. His children have said, they've all come out and said he was a piece of shit. He was abusive. He was a nasty guy, and he made everything up to get money. But the Warrens got involved with him as a result of that case, and they also fed into the whole thing so that they could also make money from it. So it's like there's something about the Amityville house that just attracts shysters, complete, utter con merchants.
And I think I'm always looking for the human part of these stories. And the human part, unfortunately, the Amityville story is the family that moved in after all of this happened. They owned the house for 2 years before trying to sell it, and they weren't able to. And the hell that they went through from tourists, from locals.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the real curse. That's the real curse. But everyone who's owned it since, whenever they've been interviewed, they've always said, "There's nothing wrong with it." You know, it's a nice house. It's a really lovely house. The big problem with it are the wankers who keep coming around and staring at it and like getting on our grounds and knocking on the door and like wanting to come in, and you know, the fucking fraud psychics who want to do tours around the place and whatnot. It's like,
right. Should we get into the meat and potatoes of tonight?
yeah.
So what we're doing tonight is something a little different. We're going to be talking about Bluebird toys. And the reason for that is multifold. One, I think we all have connections. And I'm talking to you guys in the audience as well. Even if you don't realize it, the chances are there is a connection you've got from childhood
Chances are high.
into Bluebird toys. The other reason, of course, is that this ends in a very interesting place, which has a direct correlation to Games Workshop. But
okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that at the end. And I know this because at this point in time, I've accidentally become the leading expert on what happened at the very end of Bluebird toys.
Oh, really? Do you know like why they stopped producing? And,
Yeah, I've got it all. I have it all.
God,
I have the full story. It is.
oh wow.
I have for a long time now. And right. I will do a little bit of explanation.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm being coy. We all know this ends in havoc. That I don't mean this ends in like giant amount of destruction and everything.
Yeah,
it ends
like,
in the tabletop. Yeah, ends
You
in the
mean
tabletop havoc.
like havoc as a noun? Yeah, you mean like the name of the game? Yeah.
Yeah, it ends in Bluebird Toys' Havoc, which I thought for years killed Bluebird, but that's not true. What killed Bluebird was Mattel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it takes a fair bit of like following these things back to find out exactly what happened. But basically, Mattel stopped another company from making an unsolicited bid in 1998. Bought Bluebird.
Yeah.
Quickly brought everything into its own studios and shut everything down.
Wow.
So the reason that Havoc only lasted a year isn't due to I mean, the sales weren't great,
Mm.
but they had stuff that they had made that was
Mhm.
ready for release, yeah, in these waves. But because by the end of the week that Mattel bought them on the Monday, by the Friday, there was no UK offices. They were
Oh
gone.
my god! So they just shut everything down
They
like
shut.
aggressively, yeah?
Yeah. So Bluebird got completely removed. They were gone. So everybody just basically turned up to work. It was like it's like a dreamwave
Yeah,
experience.
or a
You turn up for work.
Commodore, right? Or a
Yeah.
Commodore experience, like, where people turned up to work and they weren't being let in. It was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Doors were locked.
So
So
handled completely illegally then as well, yeah? Like, according to labor laws, presumably.
well, nothing ever came of it. Yeah, there was
Oh.
never anything. There was redundancy packages offered to people.
Mhm.
People that higher up were all offered jobs within Mattel.
Oh, of course they were.
How many took them, I don't know. But without a UK office or any kind of
Yeah.
UK standing at all, it's
What
hard
were
to
they
say. Yeah, what were people going to do?
Yeah,
It,
absolutely, yeah. What would have happened? I mean, like, they didn't really compete in the American market outside of 1 or 2 franchises, did they?
well, it's why Mattel had that leg in because
Mm.
they saddled up with Mattel to get Mighty Max and Polly Pocket into the US.
Yeah.
So that's why Mighty Max and Polly Pocket exploded the way they did,
Yeah. Yeah,
is
yeah.
because they had Mattel pushing it
So they
in
had,
the
like,
US.
cartoons and comics and, like,
Exactly.
wider media and whatnot, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But first of all, the first thing I want to really ask is from you guys is what do you guys remember from Bluebird? Is there any of the toy lines that you remember? And I don't get too deep into it because we are going to kind of touch on these different tent poles as we go
Mhm.
along. But I just kind of want to know your memories, your feelings, and those type of things.
Wow. Wow, 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 everything. Like, I actually remember almost everything from Bluebird from the 1980s onwards. 'Cause, like, it may have been Manta Force may have been one of the very first toy lines I consciously paid attention to. You know, when the
Hmm.
adverts are on UK TV?
Yep.
And I think, I may be wrong in this, but I do believe this was before school, so I was really goddamn young. The first Manta Force ship may be the first toy I actively asked my parents for Christmas.
The banter itself.
Yeah, the original Manta ship. And before
Oh.
that, I mean, I didn't know until you confirmed it earlier today, but before that, one of the toys I had when I was like, oh my God, 2 or 3 was the Soot family and the chimney, which
Yep.
it was like this big red chimney, plastic chimney that was a house. It was also a house. It had like windows and a big sort of face on the front, and you opened it up. And there was a family of soot people inside, and they had like rooms, and there was a little car and stuff like that. That was one of the, oh my God, that may have been one of the first toys I ever had, like, ever. And I mean, and it went on from there. After Manta Force, Mighty Max came along, and I was a huge fan of that.
Absolutely.
Huge fan of that. I mean, how could I not be? It was horror based. It was all of these. Mighty Max was all of these like horror and science fiction and fantasy and adventure tropes, just like thrown together in a blender, right, and turned into toys, which were amazing. So I collected them until the line ended. So yeah, massively fond memories of Bluebird and most of their franchises.
Andy, have you got many memories of the years of Bluebird?
Not specifically the company, but I did have like the toy lines, which we'll get into. I had and I was the one I was aware of was the hero one, the one with the dice.
Hero Gladiators.
I remember specifically thinking they
Oh.
looked good, but I never got any of them. But I do remember the
Hmm.
advert on TV.
And don't look on eBay. Just do not
Oh,
look on
really?
eBay. They are insanely expensive.
So strange.
Really? What
Yeah.
the what were those guys? Were they the little figures with the skulls, the little
Yep.
plastic skulls, and you put them on pedestals and you rolled
Yep.
them?
Yep.
I remember those. Jesus.
Yep.
God, it was a game, wasn't it? Like the little
It
figures,
was.
it was like a game, like a competitive game, yeah?
Yep. Yep. It was the first time that Bluebird tried to get into the idea of having a toy tabletop mix.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was very clever, actually. I mean, that could
oh
have
yeah.
worked with the right push. That could have worked because, like, do you remember at that time when they were released, there was this thing happening in schoolyards around the UK where there were these fads that would take over and they'd come in waves and they would
Hmm.
take over everything on the schoolyard. Things like Pogs,
Yep.
Top Trumps, that kind of thing.
Wrestling
If they'd have,
figures.
yeah, if they'd have marketed it like if they'd have pushed it, that could have been one of those like crazes, couldn't it? Where you could have
Oh,
had
absolutely.
kids like playing competitively on the schoolyard, and then the schools would have banned them because people would have fought over them and so on and so forth.
I mean, these things came. The Hero Gladiators. They were kicking around the same time as the Barcode Battler. Now,
I remember that.
and
God.
I am fairly convinced that the reason that Hero Gladiators didn't get the widespread
Uh-huh.
sales that they should have really got, because you're absolutely right, it should have been a schoolyard treasure
That
trove.
craze, yeah.
And I am convinced it's because the Barcode Battler was so cheap, and all
Right.
you needed to do any games with it was just the stuff that you cut out of the back of Mum's shopping every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Sorry. I've just seen Mugfin say, I am convinced the best way to play 40k is to use a Barcode Battler to handle dice rolls.
That would be amusing. That would be fun.
I'm in. I am absolutely in for that.
I'd like to see how it comes out, actually. That would be very amusing. But I remember these little figures. I couldn't remember what they were called, but I do remember them. My brother had one and I had one. And you had like, each one came with the little pedestal that you put it on, which
Yep.
you rolled. And they had statistics on the pedestal, and that's
Yep.
how you fought with them. And then they had like, they came with a sprue of little plastic skulls that were in their very particular color. And if you won the roll off, then you got one of the enemy's skulls.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that you'll kind of see as we go through this is that Bluebird, they were a toy company, but they took what they made very, very seriously. They put effort.
Yeah.
Everything that they did had effort. It had forethought. It's genuinely, as far as I'm concerned, Bluebird are the pinnacle of toy makers. They are absolutely just the top level. No one.
Such craft in everything they created. I mean, I remember I have really vivid and strong memories of Mantiforce in particular, because of course that occurred when, like, during formative years, when your brain is on fire and it's taking everything in. But I've seen the ships and the figures since, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
They're absolute works of craft. Every inch of those things, and they did that beautiful thing of releasing a ship annually. So around the Christmas period, they became the hot ticket item, didn't they?
Yes.
I remember when they released Red Venom, the first villain ship, and you could not get that for love nor money. There was that phenomena at the time, wasn't there? I don't think it happens anymore, but there was that phenomena of the toy that was marketed so well that just caught fire, that just appealed to kids. And you couldn't get the damn thing for love nor money, and you got like mothers fighting over the last one in the local Woolworths or whatever. And Red Venom was that in the year it came out. It was impossible to get.
Yeah. It was. It absolutely was. And it's funny because the Manta never went off shelves until it was discontinued in like 1990.
It's a shame, because the Manta is awesome. It's such a lovely ship. I mean, that's the one I had first. That's the one I got first. And I remember playing with that so much that it fell apart. And that's not because the toy was badly made. It wasn't. It was designed to take some stick, that toy. It was massive. It was heavy. It's just because I played with it so much. I was really engaged with it. And the reason I was engaged with it so much is because it was designed to stimulate imagination. Everything Bluebird ever did was like this. They were a toy company that really understood how children's imaginations worked. How to craft a toy so that it's also an artifact of world building. So there were like all these little cues in the sculpting and the detail and the design that necessitates storytelling. Like, the Mantiforce ship, if you open the cockpit at the front of the ship where all the three commanders sat, there's all of these berths in there. So there are like beds, and there's like there are what look like ovens or something like that. There are domestic areas as well as the military stuff that's in the main ship. That is awesome, isn't it? That is just wonderful.
Adam White makes a nice comment in the chat of Bluebird designed toys to be played with and respected children's ability to imagine.
Yeah.
Exactly that. It also was saying that if you were in the chat, please tell us your memories of Bluebird and the toy lines as we go across them, because it is genuinely... I want to share the love of this thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this for so long that I'm trying my best not to just like open my mouth and have all the words fall out at once.
Do you remember the tagline for Mantiforce, guys? The one it said on the, like there was like a one-line story. It was something like they were in search of Earth's twin planet.
Yeah,
that was the whole shtick.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
That was the baseline, wasn't it? And that's why you had these two opposing forces.
That's right.
That were they were just fighting over basically land.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, you never had like they came with comics, but you never really got an idea of why. You never really got an idea of the world they were coming from. But the suggestion is, Earth is... It's uninhabitable. It's uninhabitable at this point. So they have to go out there and find another world to exist in. But these two competing, you never find out why they're competing. You never find out, like, are they from different nations? Do they represent different companies or what? But they're obviously competing over the rights to this world. That they're out there to find, it's really cool. It's really cool. Again, it's storytelling, and it leaves enough space. It's not filled in. So as a kid, you fill it in yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The building blocks are given to you to do with as you please.
Yeah.
You know who the goodies are, who the baddies are, and after that, the world's your oyster.
Well, and of course, I mean, like, as the line went on, there was even blurred moral lines. So when they started encountering the alien races, like Mad Khan,
the Bog Rocket,
right? Then the Viper Squad, as they were, the bad guys, and Mantiforce joined forces, and it just became humanity against these alien races, which was really cool as well. And actually, the Bog Rocket was my favorite. I loved the Bog Rocket because it was horror, right? Pure horror. Do you remember the little decomposed Manta-Men you got?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god! Because the whole thing with the Bog Rocket, there were this race called the Stenchoids, which is fucking brilliant, and they were just like these horrible, really nasty, like fleshy mutants. Even the rocket itself was organic, right? It had all of these weird biomechanical details. It was a bit H.R. Giger, and the whole shtick with the Stenchoids was that they would capture the Manta-Men and decompose them in this. There was like a little vault
in the Stinkhorn.
Yeah, that's right. There was a little vault in the bottom of the Bog Rocket, and you could drop the Manta-Men into it, and it was like they decomposed inside of it, and it's like really nasty, really horrible.
I do actually have scans of the comic somewhere, and it would be nice if some unknowable website that put up
comics
all these comics, maybe one that was called Mean Bean Comics or something like that. If you could Google it and find it if you want.
That was the last of the Mantiforce ships I had. Actually,
the Bog Rocket.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I loved it, and it also came with that green sort of like that green slime that you could put into the press, and it would come out, and brilliant stuff. Loved it.
But let's go back a little bit further, because that's the tail end of the 80s that Mantiforce comes out. Bluebird starts in 1980 with Torquil Norman. Now, that name. No, this is the name of the guy who starts it.
Oh, Torquil Norman. That's his name.
Norman. That's the founder's name.
Wow. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Torquil.
So, Torquil Norman. And
awesome.
Genuinely, Sir Torquil Norman, or Sir Torquil Patrick Alexander Norman, CBE, who only died last year.
Really?
Yes.
Holy moly!
This guy is fascinating. So he got his pilot's license at 18, did national service. He had to pretend he was shorter than he was because he was 3 inches taller than the maximum height allowed for fighter pilots.
What?
Yes. This guy is amazing, and genuinely, I would recommend you look him up because the guy's fascinating. Yeah, he flew in the RAF.
Wow.
When he survived a fire on a Hawker Sea Fury, when he left, he bought himself a Piper Comanche and took up skydiving.
Right, okay.
Just
Brilliant. Just brilliant. So living life right, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was a massive aviation nerd. He wrote a book that is basically nothing but flying a leopard moth across the Atlantic. That's all it is. But yeah, honestly,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. The guy is a really interesting guy. He's done all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I could get into all the interesting stuff he did here. He had a thing called the Roundhouse Trust, which it was there to restore like Victorian former railway stuff,
Right.
right? And then he used that to make it into arts venues in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that he did. The guy, really interesting.
God,
But
I'm fascinated now. I want to read a biography.
yeah, so what I mean that is like a bare bones
Yeah.
going over the top of this is the guy who created Bluebird.
Yeah.
Torquil
Wow.
Norman, Sir Torquil Norman. In 1980, he wanted to make something that broke the traditional architectural style of dolls' houses. So your dolls' houses were just your basic everyday doll's house. So with that, he managed to create the big yellow teapot.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a house that it's just a big yellow teapot that you open up and it's a little play. There it is, Andy. Thank you.
I mean, I do remember that. I was obviously a bit young. I was too young to have seen it when it first came out. But like nurseries and play schools in the 80s, almost and even infant schools would have had that somewhere in their cupboards.
Yeah, but why is the boy from The Omen and the girl from Hereditary on this box?
Yeah, so what you want is the nanny figure, like, hanging from the top over the window, right, with a noose.
Well, it's the fact that the Hereditary girl's in there as well. It's a weird kind of crossover.
So what you say is the big yellow teapot is horror incarnate.
I mean, it could be.
I love it. Oh my God. Oh Jesus!
From there, he took the idea of the big yellow horror house and created the big red fun bus, the big jumbo fun plane, same for a kitchen, and then around about this point, Polly Pocket and Lucy Locket. Polly Pocket was the small one, and Lucy Locket is the bigger one. The first year Bluebird existed, so the entirety of 1980 into 1981, they came within £18,000 of breaking even.
Wow.
Right? On a turnover of 1.25 million. So that is insane that on a first year of business, everybody knows that you take a loss on your first year.
Yeah. Wow.
So this was a success. By 1987, the shares were like way up here. You
can kind of see why, can't you? I mean, like this is 1980, so it's the pre-video game, home video game like craze. This is that something so novel and colorful and interesting as that. Yeah, and also it's that rarest of things. It's kind of it's neither aimed at girls or boys, right? Anybody can enjoy that.
Absolutely, and that's why you get so many different versions of it. The bus, the plane, all these things. They are there to be for everyone. They don't have to be for a certain gender, because
or for a certain demographic. Anybody, literally anybody, can play with these toys, right?
Yeah, they are there to be played with.
Yeah, amazing.
So from there, we go to 0 Hour. Now,
I don't remember this one.
No, 0 Hour, I wouldn't be surprised. that you don't remember it, to be honest, because at this point it's 1981. I had literally just been born. And these guys went on for a little while. So what starts off as a little tiny, 1985. I do apologize. 1985 to 1989. That these things.
So God, so I was around. I was one, but not sapient yet.
And what you get is scaled military figures.
That's why I didn't like it. It's just blokes.
Well, very, very quickly it becomes G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So you've got all these like weird tanks and things, and if you ever get the chance to look at them, some of it is very 80s G.I. Joe-y action forcey type things. Yeah, just a very tiny scale. I mean, we are talking these things are like smaller than Citadel miniature scale. They're proper.
Are they really tiny?
Yeah, they're toy soldiers.
It's just blokes, but that's cool. I like that. The train track and everything. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, it isn't the polecat.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'd have gone for that. I'd have loved that as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see, if you look at the picture of the 3-man sub, you can see how tiny the figures that came with it actually were. Yeah, these are tiny things. But they take a little bit of Thunderbirds. They take a little bit of G.I. Joe.
Sub that looks very like some of the smaller ships that would come later in Manta Force.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
The same scale as like military micro machines kind of scale. Because that's kind of what they look like.
Military micro machines.
Yeah, because they came with little people as well. They came with very tiny people.
I think there might be just a little bit bigger.
Nice.
Because I'm pretty sure the micro machine guys were.
Oh no! Actually, looking at the
maybe like only
machines,
1-2 centimeters tall or long, depending on.
No. Yeah, these are the same scale.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
When I looked at the miniatures, the actual unpainted ones, they kind of looked like they might be in a similar scale to that. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think you're absolutely bang on the money here. So yeah, from 1985.
The toilet sit in position of some of these figures. You're in the jungle, you have to take a squat. Yeah.
Well,
maybe
I mean,
might just be doing a squat, squatting.
Yeah.
Hold your horse pose.
My favorite one is the UAV tour bus and armed trike set, because it's literally just a bus. There's something just brilliant about it. It's just a bus.
Just a bus, yeah.
And then the side of it opens and it's just guys with really big guns.
It looks like it's from a different range, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
It doesn't really look like it was meant for these guys, that one.
Mm-hmm. I want you to buy this, Gruff, and do this up to be a food cart, because it looks like a food cart. And then do it for the orcs, and then it's surprise guns.
Tonight you're eating lead.
It looks like a scaled down Sylvanian Families kind of thing.
If the Sylvanian families just armed themselves.
There's
military Sylvanian Families. I like that idea.
Oh, I'm all in for that.
The little like furry anthropomorphic characters with guns.
Just pure Viet Cong.
Yeah.
How would Sylvanian families scale with 40k just in modern day? Would it
much bigger? Much bigger.
Sylvanian Families is massive. I mean,
would Sylvanian families be like troll size?
It's a bit smaller than Trolls. It's a bit smaller than Trolls.
It depends on which version of Trolls.
I mean like Trolls as in like stone Trolls, like model wise.
Sorry, Andy. I thought you meant like.
Yeah, no, that's my bad.
Sorry.
Trolls with the hair. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Are they much bigger than like that kind of scale?
I would say they're probably about the same size as the current, whatever the current troll troggoths are called.
Okay. I was wondering if you could use them in Amber Ball.
The Sylvanian family figures are quite big, aren't they? They're quite, they're a decent. They're a decent
4 inches,
size.
5 inches, something like that.
Yeah.
So you could probably use it as like a Necromunda boss then, potentially.
I love it. They're so cute. That's the thing. It was
Yeah.
so funny. It'd be so funny to see them on the 40k battlefield.
But the idea of, I don't know if you guys have ever read Underneath the Trees Where
Oh,
Nobody
yes.
Sees.
You sent me some of them, I think.
Oh, I love that series. But that's what it is. It's just these super cute animals, and then just one of them's just dissecting a frog, and not in a science way, just like because they're a serial killer.
Yes, because it's what you do, right? So these Zero Hour figures, did you have to paint them?
Yes.
Oh, right, that's cool. That's nice.
Which, in a lot of ways, it kind of ties into the connection to tabletop gaming, because whilst these are toys, there isn't a game that goes with them, but there is that element of painting them.
Collecting and painting and making your own and whatnot, which is kind of, I mean, that's kind of cool. That's interactive and fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care what army you're a part of. I'm not going to join your army if your logo is a giant target on your chest center mass. I'm just not going to join that army, I'm afraid. I mean, especially if I'm a paratrooper floating very slowly down.
I mean, that's the equivalent of wearing your red shirt in Star Trek, isn't it? It's not. It's very
shoot
dumb.
me here or shoot me in my kneecaps for bonus points.
On the other hand, maybe they're so elite and so confident that it's like, yeah, have a go if you think you can hit me, you know?
Nightmarish.
No, I think it's the Orko thing. Nobody likes them, so they just paint that giant target from God right onto their chests.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I wish this site had the images of the Supreme headquarters, because I can see on the collect them all thing, and there's quite a few like interesting big things. But this website has like next to nothing. It seems like it's got like it's more, the biggest thing it's got is like the train set, and that's it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, there was more to the. Oh my god! There's one on eBay for 110. Oh, it's ended.
So this is quite a big range. Yeah, this was dedicated. Yeah.
Well, it's the same with everything that Bluebird puts out. There's no. I mean, up until the end, there's no one and done.
No, it's not. No half measures, right? If they're doing a line, they're doing a line. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and it gets taken to completion. It happened with this. Happened with Manta Force.
Yeah.
You know, Mighty Max.
Mighty Max. I mean, Mighty Max ran for like. That's got to be their longest running franchise, right?
6 years.
Yeah. Amazing. 6 years.
Yeah, which is
and
insane.
They kept coming, didn't they, in waves, like every wave, and I remember every wave getting better and better and better.
No, they did. They absolutely did. But the next one, of course, that comes up is Manta Force, because that's
this is so special to me. This it just honestly, it just, you know, everything in my mind goes when I see that Manta Force thing, that logo, because it's just, you know, it's associative. It's like, this is where imagination began. Yeah.
I can still now, I can remember the hand feel of the Manta, which is a really weird sentence. Oh God.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, because like I was so young. I may have been 4 when I got the Manta Force ship, and I remember it being too small for it, like, because it was so big.
Yeah, you couldn't. As a kid, you couldn't really fly it around yourself because it was too heavy.
It was too big and heavy, right?
Yeah.
It was intricate as well, you know. It's the bus.
Thanks, Darren.
Yay.
How much was the bus?
How much for the bus?
$12.99.
Oh, so it's not like some lost classic or anything that goes for like hundreds of pounds.
I mean, is that, if it's just the bus, it's probably not complete. Does it have like the gun? Because it was like guns, a bike came with it as well. There's quite a lot in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing Bluebird did a lot, isn't it? Like their toys had loads of accessories, like little bits that were optional that you could like fit onto them or take off. And I remember like Manta Force, you could buy, as well as the big main kits, they had like these ranges of smaller vehicles and sets and recolors, and like you could buy packs of the Manta Men as well if you wanted more of them. There was so much, like all of the internal, like the internal vehicle sets. There were the Manta Sharks, which were the aquatic ones, and the Manta Hawks that were the aerial ones, and so on. You could buy recolors of them, couldn't you? Like, there's the recolors. There's the recolors. Yeah, so
you could
cool.
Indeed. Yeah,
so cool.
And it's one of those things where it lasted sort of 3 to 4 years, which is a good run. It's a very
British toy line. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
Yeah. But this is why one of the reasons I always want to talk about Bluebird, because this makes no sense.
Right.
The stuff that they make should not be the quality that it was, and two, it's insane that they were this successful.
Yeah. I mean, without there wasn't even a cartoon of Mantiforce. I mean, and that was the thing, wasn't it? In the 1980s,
there was an
that was
Eagle.
How you did it, right?
Eagle had a weekly
An
comic
Eagle
for
comic.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
So 3 to 4 pages a week for 12 weeks.
Of an old-fashioned comic
it.
that didn't have great circulation at the time. So, the fact that it was so popular, it warranted a cartoon. It should have had a cartoon. Let's be honest. It should have had a cartoon and a dedicated comic, but
yeah.
Do it with puppets like Captain Scarlet. That would have been neat.
That would have been good, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would have been ace, actually.
Oh man, that would have.
It's the right kind of franchise for that, isn't it? God, look at that. That's how it came in the box. Jeez.
Yeah.
Without any of the sticker applications, of course.
Oh yes, you had to put all the stickers on yourself.
Yeah, you did. Look at, even looking at it, the top of the Manta ship from here, you can see all the detail, the vents and the fans and the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's annoying they don't have a picture of it opened up.
Oh, is that where you took the lid off and put it on the top?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so cool.
You pulled out the 2 black bits on the bottom which covered up the guns, and then you lifted up the ship part, and then you had all of the vehicle bay and where they all kind of slotted. They all had dedicated slots, and nothing rattled around at all as well, which was pretty neat.
Pretty cool, right? And they all fit in, didn't they? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. What a toy! What an amazing toy.
Also, on top of the 2, the Eagle comic, you also got a 1989 Mantiforce Winter Special that Marvel UK put out.
Really? I did not know that.
I've never seen it. It's on my list of things to try and find at some point, but I've never read it, never seen it. I've got a horrible feeling it's probably a reprint of the stuff from Eagle. But
yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. But more interestingly, there were 2 Mantiforce books. The Enemy Within and Mantiforce Red Venom Attack.
Well, novels.
Well, kids' novels.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about these is these were written by a guy called Royston Drake. I dare you to find anything on Royston Drake.
Is he like a ghost?
I am fairly convinced that it was probably a pseudonym that was written. He was being used by somebody who didn't want to really have their name.
Yeah. It's sort of like, I'm writing for a toy franchise here. I don't really want my name on it.
Yeah, and the main reason I think that is that the Eagle comic was written by John Wagner and Alan Grant.
Right? Oh, what?
I know.
Like names, yeah?
Yeah, under the name of R. Steele.
Right, okay.
So my theory is that Alan Grant wrote the Mantiforce novels under the name of Royston Drake.
Wow.
You don't think it was J.R. Tolkien?
No, probably not.
In 1989?
No, probably not.
All right, J.R. Tolkien's Ghost.
Yeah.
Darren on the Discord says, I love that massive integrated carry handle that's part of the ship.
That was very clever, actually. Very
smart.
Clever.
Super smart.
And there's Red Venom as well, which is the sleeker ship, and that was always the most popular one.
Oh, God, yeah.
Red Venom outsold the others like you wouldn't believe. It was never on the shelves. Well,
the Red Venom's got my favourite part from the entirety of the
it's great, isn't it? It looks amazing.
It's when you take the middle bit out and you have that little bubble tank.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about Red Venom. Like, whereas the Mantiforce ship, all of the little vehicles were separate. They were their own entities. With Red Venom, they're all integrated. They're all part of the main ship, which is really cool.
It makes a really good job of...
Major Vex, wasn't it?
That's the one.
Major Vex, yeah?
Yep. So what you had... Let's get into the lore. Let's get into the Mantiforce lore. It is 2012.
Yeah, we hadn't quite advanced that far in 2012.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
So the solar system is completely colonized. Earth, however, has become polluted and overpopulated. Present Battley, there's a name for you, makes a last-ditch attempt, Hail Mary, to send out a team, the Manta Force, the Multiple Air Naval Terrain Assault Force.
Brilliant.
Love it. To go out into the universe. It's fueled by a substance called thorium.
Okay.
The world government, however, creates red venom
Of
to
course.
help. This is 1989, you know, the world government.
Right. Dear.
Yeah, created the red venom to go and follow them. However, people on Saturn were grown tired of the way that they lived and believed that New Earth should belong to them. So red venom was hijacked by a terrorist squad called the Viper Squad under the command of Major Vex. Sorry, the Viper Squad uses the red venom to hijack the Manta Force ship so they could be the ones to colonize the New Earth. Later on, you get a cybernetic alien known as Mad Karnok.
Mad Karnok, yeah,
Yep.
the brain
Yep.
guy.
Who was served by an army of robots called the Carnoids.
Carnoids, yeah.
And from the swamps of New Earth came Stinkhorn, the leader of the Stenchoids, who attempted to destroy the humans with their decomposing stench weapons.
Yeah, there's the Manta Men that have been decomposed, the little green ones, and they've got like, when you look at them, they've got like bones poking through, and some of them are like they've got spinal cords coming out. It's pretty gross for a kid's toy.
It is. It's so good.
It's cool. It's really, really. I love those guys, the Stenchoids. I thought they were brilliant. You could mix and match like the torsos and the abdomens and the weapons and things, so you could create your own mutants.
Yep. Ah, man, it's just perfect. Monkfin says, "Yep, years of buried resentment over the fact that the kid on the street behind mine had all of this is bubbling to the surface."
Yeah. The only thing I didn't have was the Manta Fortress. Was it the
yes?
I didn't have that. I didn't have that.
Well, I only ever had the Manta itself. I never had the red venom. My cousin had the red venom, and it's one of the biggest pains of my life that thing was given away to a charity shop or a bring and buy or whatever it was, and I've never been able to get another one because I would kill a man to have another Manta.
A complete Manta ship, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you get really annoyed because there was one sold at a TFN or a auto assembly to someone?
No, there was one when I was running the Northern Mates. There was a secondhand toy shop in Newcastle that me and you went to, and they had one, and they had it hanging up from the roof, and from the bottom it looked like it was really good quality. And then he brought it down.
Had no vehicles, right?
Yeah, it was missing everything. Everything that came off, it was missing. And
it was in the Granger market, wasn't it?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
And he was still wanting 60 quid for it, and it was
no. I mean, just no. I mean, that's sadly one of the evils of these toys. They were so intricate, and they had so many bits and parts. Trying to get them complete now is tricky.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love to have one, but there's no way I can talk myself into spending the amount of money that you need to spend.
I'm fairly certain that at least one of these ships must be still in my parents' loft somewhere. That maybe the Black Barracuda, maybe the Bog Rocket. They've got to be there somewhere.
Yeah, I just get them out, man. Get them out. Play with them.
Do a little. The Black Barracuda. That was one of my favorites. I loved that ship. I loved that ship. The top would come off and form this it was like a tank, and you could open the front with a switch, and it would eat the Manta Men.
Oh, that's so cool.
So cool, right? There it is. It's so brilliant.
I like building the robots and switching their arms around and the legs.
That was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
lovely set. I loved that one. Because after I got the first one, then there was another ship released sequentially for every following Christmas.
Yeah.
And I got them all up until the Bog Rocket.
Oh. So nearly to the end then.
Nearly to the end. I did not the final one they released, that I can't remember what it was called, the white one. That never appealed to me. It always looked a bit lesser than the others somehow.
What the fuck is this? Who would buy this?
Look at it. It's so weird, isn't it? It's so weird.
Not all of the Manta Force things were good, because I'd look at that as a kid and be like, what the fuck? I'd like the robot.
Yeah.
The vehicle's crap.
It's
the
pretty
turbo
spindly,
drill.
isn't it,
I think really
Drill.
upsets me is that whenever I've looked at this stuff on eBay, sometimes you see it and it's still packaged and boxed, and it still has the price tag on it.
Oh
And
wow.
I once saw one of these. And it had a BT's price tag on it, and I remember this
Yeah.
so well. And it just said $1.99,
Oh
and
Jesus.
the eBay listing was like 40 quid.
Brilliant.
And it's just the rage that I felt. The
Brilliant.
absolute rage.
Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? The catalogue on the back. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean,
Fabulous stuff.
if you listen to the audio of this, just do yourselves a favor, just look up Manta Force, because
Yeah.
everything in this is absolutely gorgeous.
I always remember the little vehicles you could get for the car noise, like that one,
Yeah.
for example. That could connect to the Black Barracuda. You
Yep.
could attach them all to the Black Barracuda and make it bigger and make it have more guns and things.
Absolutely. Mr. White says, when I was young, the big yellow teapot and other oversized sets had a magic to them, but by the mid to late 80s, elements of my family judged me, at 12 to 14 years old, too old for toys, so I never enjoyed Bluebird's more action-led lines.
Oh, that's such a shame because they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a massive shame, because I know we all hit that point in our stupid little teenage lives where we just go, I'm too old for toys now, I'm grown up.
It always happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think every one of us has that moment, don't they?
Yeah.
And then like a little later we think, no, actually I really still liked all this stuff.
Yeah,
The enthusiasm is still there. It's just cultural pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, put that stuff in my hand, because I am going to love every second of it.
Look at that. I remember my brother having that one. You could open the little hatch and put like captured Manta Men in there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolute brilliance.
Yeah.
What fun these sets were, right?
No, exactly. Yeah, they are fun. They are built to be played with.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah,
I remember that little tanky thing. It came with like the gun on the front fires little missiles, and it came with a few Manta Men. So you lined up the Manta Men and fired the missiles at them. Obviously,
there's a few toy lines in the world which they sank without a trace, and I will never understood like why. And there's Exo Squad's another one. I don't know if you remember the British space toys. Do you remember those ones at all? They were from the late 70s. We might get to them another point. I'm not going to derail us too much getting into that. But there's these amazing toys out there that, just for whatever reason, they weren't massive successes. And
Monkfin Starcom.
Starcom, absolutely
Starcom. I remember that. Jeez, I had that lunchbox. No way.
25 quid for a boxed Battle Force ship. Someone please take my bank card away from me.
Oh man.
Yeah, isn't it just? It unlocks a real sense of happiness when you're looking at this stuff, doesn't it?
It really does. It's very. I mean, it's just what it unlocks is like hours on the living room carpet playing with these toys. Just in our own worlds. Like, and in a weird way, for those of us who are writers, this is the first stories we ever conceived, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is the imagination gets unbound.
This is where it happens, right? This is what feeds into it. I love the cereal bowl. The cereal bowl is ace.
Don't worry, man. If we ever do a Starcom episode, I will involve you. I remember
the cartoon of Starcom.
I don't see a Starcom. We're not going to shift into doing lots of episodes about toys. It's just that this is a one-off.
No, so there's cutlery as well. All right, why not?
I wonder how quickly the images got rinsed off the handles.
Oh yeah, very, very, very quickly.
I wonder how much paint a child would eat from these things.
What, in the 1980s as well?
Yeah,
it's just pure lead.
Yeah,
pure lead.
Yeah.
Yum.
So
awesome.
We move forward a couple of years now to 1992, because this is when Polly Pocket and Mighty Max gets released. Now, the interesting thing about Polly Pocket and Mighty Max is that Polly Pocket exists for a little while before Mighty
I was
Max.
going to say it's older, isn't it, than Mighty
Yeah,
Max?
yeah.
I remember it being around before Mighty Max.
Yeah, so the first Polly Pocket toys were in 1989.
So quite a ways before,
Yeah.
really.
But they weren't exactly the same as the Polly Pocket as you remember. They were a little bit different, and if you look at them now, you can see they're a little bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah, and this Polly Pocket was the reason that Mattel went for Bluebird.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
When you say it was weird, was it like Polly Pocket Red Light District and Polly Pocket UI?
Polly Pocket Lovecraft edition or something.
Yeah, it was really weird. The first one you got was just Innsmouth. It was
Yeah. Actually, that's more a Mighty Max thing, isn't it? Let's be honest.
if you could have a micro playset that you had a deep one face that you opened up into the town of Innsmouth, I would be all over that.
Yeah, I mean,
really
there are a couple of the Mighty Maxes that aren't a million miles away.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too lodged into Polly Pocket because obviously I don't think any of us have got any. Yeah, Abby, my wife, was
friends of mine having Polly Pocket.
Yeah. My wife had a big Polly Pocket. In fact, she still does have some Polly Pocket. She has like a little star that opens up into a castle.
Yeah.
You just point at it and say it's not Skull Mountain, and then laugh and just leave the room.
Well, no, because
Mediocre.
her goddamn brother actually had Skull Mountain.
Yeah, my brother had Skull
I did.
Mountain.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
used to
my
have it.
brother had Skull Mountain.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you're all on the list.
Fucking
Oddly enough,
amazing.
I had all of the at least in this image, I had all three of the big sets.
The Skullmaster one as well. Wow, because that was
Yeah.
that was right at the end. That was right
Not
at the
right.
end of the line.
It wasn't right at the end. There was like 2 more years after that, but it was the
Was
it
there
was the
after
last of the
Skullmaster one.
yeah,
Jeez.
because there was the action figure set, and then the
I
according to
remember
this,
those.
there was the figure ones, and there was a big lava
Yes.
rock dude, and then after that,
Oh,
that's when it
Magus.
died.
Magus. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Magus. My first one was the Ice Alien one.
That was my first one as well. I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
I
Yeah.
loved him. I loved him to bits.
I wasn't a big fan of that one. I preferred when I got the spider one afterwards because it
I
came
love
with
the
the
spider.
gigantic spider.
Yeah, that was
And I really liked the mini, the bad guy mini.
yeah, the
With
little
his
little
little
spider
arms.
dude, yeah.
Yeah. With his big giant
I think
eyes.
the second one I had was Wolf Ship 7.
My friends had that. I never did, but I always thought it was cool. I
I
liked the
loved
colours
it.
of
And the comic, I mean, one of the great things about the Mighty Max series is they all had comics on the back that gave you like the story of what was going on. And these aliens were literally like in classic B-movie style. They were brain-sucking aliens. That was their whole shtick. Brilliance.
Did you have any of the other ones from the series? Because I didn't, but I did
I
want
had
the
them all.
skull. Oh,
From
for
this,
the first series.
first series, I
Yeah.
had every single. I went balls nuts about Mighty Max. I just there's something about it, about like the storytelling element of it, where you get the setting and the characters, and it, where you're expected to almost like tell a story with it in your own mind as you play with it. Yeah, that just got me. It got me so hard. I just loved them. I loved them to bits, and it was like if we got the chance to get a toy, it was going to be a Mighty Max for quite a few years.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. I remember my brother, he was more into Mighty Max than I was, purely just because of the age difference.
Yeah.
So when Transformers Generation 2 came to an end, his next thing was Mighty Max, and he was into it.
Yeah.
And because he was into it, I was into it. Because we used to play stuff. Even when I was like, obviously, I'm too old to be doing this, but sod it. We were playing with his Mighty Max. It was
of course, right? Of course.
absolutely brilliant.
Of course, by this point, I was well into my horror and sci-fi and whatnot. Because I think most of us were, weren't we? We were watching the VHSs and stuff from the video rental store, and Mighty Max was just full of them, right? It was full of references to things like George A. Romero zombie films and Alien and Giga and stuff like that. So it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was horror based.
Yeah.
I remember the cartoon. The cartoon, I mean, I rewatched that recently, and okay, it's very 1990s, but there are certain elements of it that are quite like near the knuckle. There's death in it. People die in Mighty Max.
I'm going to put my cards on the table here. The Mighty Max cartoon is one of the best toys to cartoon adaptations ever.
certainly of its
Right.
era. You know, it's really good.
No, not of its era.
Really good.
Ever. Right? And I'm going to say this for two reasons. Reason number one, it was not afraid to pull punches. You watch the episode with Spike. It is terror.
Yeah.
It is absolutely
always
terrifying.
Yeah, the episode with Spike and the one with Lockjaw is the one I remember, because the one with Lockjaw, there's this sequence and it sticks in my head where there's like a cabin in the woods where this Lockjaw is like the spirit of violence. It's this demon of violence that's unleashed, and Norman and Max have to stop it. And you don't see what happens. The cartoon doesn't show you what happens to the people inside the cabin, but Max goes to go inside and Norman puts his hand across and says, "You don't want to see this." And it's like the implied violence. It's like, what the frig? This is like a, you know, it's a kids cartoon based on a toy line, right? Also, Tim Curry as Skullmaster.
Tim Curry as Skullmaster, Tony J as Virgil.
Tony
you know.
J. Oh my God, yes.
I mean, stop! I can only get so erect.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a who's who. Yeah, and you got oh my God, I've forgotten the poor guy's name.
Jim Cummings was in loads. Jim Cummings was in loads of these episodes.
Max
that
was,
one I loved. The gorilla, the sort of King Kong one. I loved that set to bits. So detailed.
I mean, one of these things I'll always talk about is the episode with Spike.
Yeah.
You have the big barbarian super warrior who's always ready to throw himself into everything, and he has to deal with fear. And you, as the audience member, you feel that fear. I mean, how many times do you just think of the Norman?
Yeah, it's Jim Cummings, isn't it? Playing.
Yeah.
Spike.
I'm coming to get you.
He's having a
horrible.
blast, isn't he? I mean, like, I would have loved to have seen him in the recording studio playing that part, because he's just going nuts, isn't he? Like, he's really getting into it. There's a scene where, like, you know, where Spike is hanging off the cliff and he says something like, "I'll come back and I'll find you and I'll eat your heart."
Yep.
And it's like, what?
Yep.
Okay.
He even tells Norman the only way to stop him is to kill him.
Yeah, there's Spike. That I had that set. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. They're gruesome as well, aren't they? These sets. They're really gruesome. There's blood and there's wounds and it's so cool.
So, two things I want to get into here. One is that Mighty Max is currently going up on YouTube, remastered to 4K. So if you want to go and watch the Mighty Max, they're not very far into the series at all. Only, I think, 6 episodes, last I looked, if that. But it is worth going to see because they are
very
beautiful.
And it's going to be on DVD or Blu-ray in the future, is that what
I have no idea. I mean, if they're going up
it won't be.
Yeah. No, if they're going up onto YouTube in 4K, then that's where they're going. Which
is annoying, because I would like to own it. It's been one of those series which I've thought to myself, man, it would be great if we were able to get this on DVD or Blu-ray, and it's never happened for whatever reason.
No. That would be great.
The other thing is, I want to tell you about Chris Wiggs. So Chris Wiggs is the inventor of Polly Pocket and Mighty Max.
Right. Okay.
He really interesting guy. He went to New York in 1983. He lived in France, and when in New York, he was watching all these like models and stuff and how they were acting with their little compact things. He comes home, and according to his daughter, Kate, he just walks into a room, picks up an old makeup powder compact, opens it up, and just starts fiddling and starting to, like, playing with it, making toys, and working out how to make a toy. And apparently this is just what he did. He would just pick up anything and start working about how to make it into a toy.
Wow. Wow. Brilliant imagination, right?
Yeah. So in 1989, Chris Riggs has this idea, and Bluebird is the ones who go, yep, absolutely, we'll pick it up.
We're going to do that,
Yeah, and they ran with it. He did a lot of the early designs for that, and he was part of the creative process for Mighty Max. Wow. He passed away, sadly, in 2024. But the fact that this guy, he just picked up things and started making them into toys, is just such a wonderful thing to hear.
isn't it? That
Yeah.
Andy's got my favorite up there, the hand. That was my favorite
Oh,
set. That was my
yeah.
favorite set. I loved that to bits. Well, it was all zombies and demons and things, so it was like proper horror stuff. The hand itself is frigging brilliant. Look at it, it's ace, isn't it? With the Mighty Max symbol as a ring. How
Mhm.
ace is that? It's just
Yeah.
brilliant. I loved that one. I loved that one.
There's a part of me that's fairly convinced that it's due to Manta Force and Mighty Max. The idea of these miniature worlds became something that we all really got into,
Yeah.
and that is still something that we've kind of like followed with now when it comes
Yeah.
to like the tabletop gaming. And I think
Yeah.
that it's a really interesting through line to be thought about.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it scratches the same itch, doesn't it? You know,
It does, yeah.
It's engaging those same muscles, if you like, which is the imagination.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's these tiny worlds in miniature that are yours to play with.
Yeah, and to create to a certain degree. One of the great things about these is they give you the details, but you create the narrative, right? You create the world in which they operate and the rules and whatnot. So that's awesome. It's awesome.
So from Mighty Max, the Mighty Max Polly Pocket idea kind of continues for a little while, and you have something called Wonder Studios, which you have things like Muppets and Spider-Man. They're all licensed.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah.
Right, so you get a lot of different things that kind
Sort
of
of
come out
copy
from this.
the format. Yeah.
Yeah, the same scale. Some of them are a little bit smaller, but it's literally just creating these toy lines that were very much the same as Mighty Max, but licensed.
Just out of interest, guys, which was your favorite of the Mighty Max sets? Which one was your favorite?
The snake.
Oh, the
Egyptian tomb.
The mummy one, yeah.
The mummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Andy? Which one did you like?
I like the scorpion.
Yeah, he was great. Scorpion was amazing with the big robotic scorpion inside.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Awesome.
And I like the guy in the toxic chemo suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's brilliant, isn't he? With his mutant leg.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the episode, the Scorpion episode?
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant.
Wasn't one of the thing about the show was there were some really good episodes in, and then there was some very just standard,
yes,
like 90s episodes.
Absolutely, yeah. There was some that are just sort of like very sort of like, you know, also ran bog basic.
Yeah.
You know, they just referred to whatever stock script was there basically.
Yeah, the flat horror script. I like one of my favorite one because I had the VHS with the snake on the top. So my favorite episode was the Parasite voodoo one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Zomboid.
Yes, yeah, I like that one because it was really freaky.
It really was, right. There's some proper horror in that one. There's some proper horror stuff in that one.
Also, Max's mum.
Max's mom, who was always great, right?
Do you remember how Max got the cap?
Yeah,
no.
From inside the statue, that was delivered to him.
Yeah, he accidentally broke a statue. Do you remember how Mighty Max ends?
Yes, with the paradox, yeah?
Where Max sends himself the statue with the hat in it.
Yeah. He goes back in time, doesn't he? He rewrites time, basically, at the end.
The fact that Mighty Max is a closed loop is amazing, because every time that loop completes, they are one step closer to defeating Skullmaster. It is one of the smartest endings to a cartoon I've ever seen. I adore it. I truly adore it.
That final two-parter is dramatic, isn't it? Where all the characters die. Like all of them die. It's like, Jesus Christ, you know, this is dark. Did you ever see the unproduced big set that was made? It was made but never distributed. The Warmonger one.
No, I
there
don't think I have.
of it. There are images of it on the internet. It's there. It was ready to go. There's the box art and everything, but it was never released. Never released. It was like the Skullmaster, the big Skullmaster set.
Oh yeah, no, I have. Yeah, I have seen this before.
It's good, isn't it? It's a lovely looking set, but never released. The line was cancelled before that hit, unfortunately.
Okay, there is a company in, I think they're Taiwan.
China?
Yep, in Taiwan, who are trying to resurrect the Warmonger.
Wow.
Oh.
There he is. There it is. Wow. Good. I mean, like, it's finished. You know, the set it's not even like a prototype. It's finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just never released.
Yeah, in my findings, I've not actually
Do we know
ever
why
come.
it ended on such a whimper? Because the last series of Mighty Max is kind of it's
Kind of
crap.
lame.
It's
Yeah.
the tiny ones.
Yes, the little spring-loaded heads and whatnot with the hair.
Yeah,
Oh, those, yeah, the
these ones as
really,
well.
really tiny ones, yeah,
Yeah, you
which were
could barely
crap.
squeeze Max in, and that was it. So it's those
Mhm.
the weird troll heads that you're kind of
Yes,
talking about, George, and then
yeah,
also the figure packs, and that's it.
that's it, yeah, and of course, I mean, like, nobody's buying the figure packs, are they? I
No,
mean,
you
come
want the
on.
set. You need the set.
What's the point of them, you
Yeah.
know? What's the point of the figure sets?
I haven't read any of the. Oh, there was the big plane as well, which
Oh,
I forgot.
yes, the aliens. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember those.
Oh,
It's
it's
weird.
good
It feels
stuff.
like they were running out of like maybe it wasn't doing well
Mm,
sales wise, and they went, "Oh well, we'll fart a little bit of money at it, and if it doesn't do
mhm.
well, then we'll
Then
just
that's
cancel
it,
it."
right?
Okay,
That's the
That's
end.
how it feels. I don't know if that's true or not.
so 1994, nearly three-quarters of Britain's 2 million girls aged between 3 and 8 owned a Polly Pocket.
Wow.
Okay, shares rose, trebling by 1995, um, which is insane. It's
Mm.
genuinely insane. Yeah, Mighty Max and Polly Pocket were accounting for 87% of sales for Bluebird.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
That does
Um,
make sense actually, because like it was their most high profile, wasn't it? It was the one that
yeah.
like had the cartoon, it had
Yeah.
the wider media advertising,
Yeah.
Mm.
so that makes sense.
So 1993, just gone back a year, it's the last time I think that I've got information for when they announced profits. So it's profits of 7 million on sales of over 40 million, which rose to 20 million in 1994 and then trebled in 1995.
Whoa.
So whatever was going on behind the scenes, it
Yeah.
wasn't a lack of sales.
It wasn't lack of sales. It was so
No,
there was some corporate thing going on. Yeah, there was some
possibly.
politics or
Yeah,
something going on.
I have never been able to find any information on that or on what's
That
going on behind the
that
scenes.
would be I would love to know.
Same.
I
I
would
would
love to
absolutely
know.
love to know. Yeah. So yeah, and then of course they get in bed with Mattel to make the Disney characters Disney Tiny Collection, which is Mighty Max again, but pocket
Mhm.
size. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was to take an educated guess, my guess would be that the people who were working on Mighty Max got pulled to make Wonder
Mhm.
Studios and to make the Tiny Collection.
Yeah, and nobody really wanted that, did they? That's the thing, the kids didn't really want that, so
Well, by 1997, sales fall,
yeah, of
which
course.
I
Like
can't think why.
I
Mm,
had a Spider-Man one, but I don't remember liking it as much because
uh,
obviously the fun part of Mighty Max was how, like George said, how horrific it was and how like
Yeah.
yeah.
crazy the designs were. And like Muppets, you can't do anything too
I mean,
outlandish.
and also, I mean, what do you do with that? What stories do you tell? What games do you play with
If
that?
you
It
want
just
to do Dark Crystal, yeah, you could do something with Dark Crystal.
yeah,
You could do something with Labyrinth, I suppose,
yeah,
but the
absolutely.
Muppets specifically,
The
not
Muppets,
really.
what are you gonna do?
Not even
Yeah,
Muppet Babies. Like
yeah.
the format of the Muppets does not kind of blend
It
with that
doesn't
unless you just
no.
do really basic stuff, which is like it looks like they're doing with Gonzo in hot water. It looks like a almost like Treasure Island dish because it looks
Mhm.
like it's a boat, but it's like oh, so it's a pirate ship. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
where's the evil pirate? Where's the skeleton pirate?
Yeah, exactly right. I know as a kid, I would have been turned off by how prescriptive that is because it exists within like an established franchise, like
Yeah,
the Muppets. I wouldn't have liked it because of that. You know,
and just
I
think
would
how
have
much you could
felt,
have done with a ghost pirate ship
yeah.
as a Mighty Max set.
Oh, geez, yeah. Like a big one, right? Like a proper go.
But
Oh,
even
geez,
just
can you
like
imagine?
a standard one, if you could have figured
Yeah,
out a way to do like a mast coming up through the middle of the thing and having a plank off the
yeah.
side, and then having like maybe the captain's quarters, so like leading up to the steering wheel is the back part
Yeah.
of the head. You could do some
Oh,
fun stuff with that.
God, you could have done some stuff with that,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So moving on, then we then come to the next big seller that they had, which is the Warriors of Kerrang.
not the
Yeah,
Now,
Warriors of
I
Gahul.
remember these. I remember these.
yeah, these were really solid little little toys.
They were odd little toys, weren't they? They used to
Yeah.
explode, right? They had these switches on the
That's
front
right.
of the figures,
Oh.
and their arms and legs and heads would blow off. And you
If
could
you
attach,
hit them in the
like,
right spot, yep. So if
yeah,
there's these 4 little pegs, a peg for the head, peg for both arms, and peg for the bottom half. And if you, with your other character, with the like the spring-loaded attack, if you hit one of these pegs, your opponent would explode.
yeah,
So
and
they are
like,
Crash Test Dummies, but with like a
kind
cool
of.
design.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is pretty much that. And then
Mhm.
you could mix and match. You could attach different arms and weapons and things, and you could even there were vehicles you could get for them. You could attach the torsos to the vehicles and stuff like that. It was kind of cool.
Mhm.
Lovely idea.
Yeah, they're really, really fun. Really, really fun.
I remember a friend of
Um,
mine having the big sort of the vehicle that was like a centipede or like a
The
like
Grip
an
Slash.
is that
I
what
think
it's called? Is
that
that
what
what
it's
it's
called?
That's the one. The
Yeah, the
black one.
Grip
Yeah, that's it.
What a name.
that's an amazing name.
Isn't it? And it's an amazing toy as well, because again, it's modular. So
Mhm.
like it could sort of slither. It was really weird. Like there were loads of hinges and things on it, and bits of it could pop off, and you could
Oh,
attach
kind
things
of like
to it.
those weird snakes where you held them by the tail and it would kind of
Yes.
wobble.
Yeah, very
Something
much
like
like
that.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The
again, I mean, these didn't do amazing numbers, did they?
No. I mean, they did okay, but
Yeah.
nothing major. Now, the problem when we get to this kind of era is the information dries right up. No matter
Yeah.
what I do, there is so little out there that you can find.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's a really sad state of affairs. Because I would love to be able to tell you all this information about it, but unfortunately, over the years, yeah.
What year are we talking about here, Adam? For the
1996.
1996, really?
It says the year of release, at least on this website, was 1991.
Oh, now I've got it down here as 96.
Was it really that late on? Wow.
Hang on a second. Let's just pull up some information because I do not want to be giving you wrong information.
Adam White says there's a touch of Visionaries, Centurions.
Oh,
Yeah, very
absolutely.
much
I could see
so.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do remind me very much of the Centurions, very much.
I'm just having to search through my.
And I think you mean George the Centurion, yon. As the intro would say.
Oh, of course. According to this, it was 1992. So.
Oh, okay. So we've got like
We've got
a
three
wide
bits of
variety.
info. On this site,
Yeah.
it's 91. Gruff said originally 96. And on the new site, 92.
I
I
think
think
they were
92 is a good middle
earlier.
ground. That's a
Yeah,
good
we'll go for 92.
I do
Yeah.
think they were earlier than 96. I remember
Yeah.
them being around a lot earlier than that.
I have found a Warriors of Kerrang free blast part with proofs of purchase. I'm just seeing if there's a date on it. No. 1993, right.
Yeah, but they never made the impact that things like Mighty Max or even Manta Force did.
No, they didn't. They were fun. They were on the shelves, but they didn't survive.
It's a shame,
very
really,
long.
because they're lovely figures. I mean, they're really well put together, and the gimmick is nice too. The gimmick is really lovely.
Yeah, and they've got a really fun sculpt. They've got that slightly. Oh my God! I've just seen Cobalt, and I swear to God, that's Peter Weller's face that they've sculpted into that.
Oh my God.
Hang on a second. I'll
I
save
think
that picture.
that purple and teal one, I think I might have had that one, or my brother had it or something.
And I'm just going to throw this picture into our little chat, and let's see if you believe that this is also Peter Weller.
It doesn't look like a big line either.
It wasn't.
No, there weren't many of them.
No, unfortunately not. Once again, the best way to describe it is these were a really good attempt, but unfortunately,
Just one that didn't catch, right?
Yeah, it just didn't catch out, and in a lot of ways, they just vanished.
I
Yeah,
imagine they hit at the wrong time as well. I mean, if you think about like 92, 93, that was when the real video game console craze was really
Yeah.
kicking in. So that's what kids were getting then, right? That's what kids were getting that was what I was getting for Christmas, certainly. You know, it's the Mega Drive, it was the Super Nintendo. And that's what was occupying a lot of my time and imagination.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I found a Facebook group.
Okay.
So take this with a pinch of salt. Apparently, these things never actually had a full, proper. There was never a street date for them. They just kind of turned up in places.
Oh, wow, weird.
Pound Stretcher apparently seems to be
I remember seeing them. I remember having a couple of them.
I don't know why, but you say Pound Stretch, and it does look like a toy line that would be in the kind of KO toy section of the store, rather than like the big.
Yes,
like, these aren't going to sit along Skeleton Warriors or anything like that.
No, these are like a C tier, aren't they? You know, they're not quite there, are they? They're certainly not going to be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or anything like that.
Yeah, and around like 91, 92, 93, yeah, they're going to be fighting the Turtles, and they're not going to be. They're not going to do well against them.
Yeah, that could have been a fact. That was almost certainly a factor, surely.
Yeah, surely.
So apparently the story is that they got shipped into warehouses and then they just got distributed as and when.
Oh God!
Which is why
wild,
that it's so all over the place, right? Okay.
Wild.
So they were technically 96 and 91 and 92 and 93. Maybe even 2026. Who knows?
Who knows? There might be some still out there, right? Rotting in some warehouse somewhere.
I mean, it's entirely likely. I have a copy of the Mutant Chronicles board game because somebody found them in a warehouse last year. Yeah, that's the entire reason.
I do recall, like, when I was a little later on, like when I was just hit double digits and when Transformers had more or less completely gone, there was a toy store in my town, like a little independent toy store, and they must have found a warehouse or a cache of 1980s Transformers because they were selling things like Six Shot and the Clones and the Headmasters and the Pretenders. This was in the mid 90s. So well late on.
Yeah.
They must have found like some storehouse of the things.
Well, TK Maxx was selling gargoyles, weren't they, about 8 years ago?
Really?
They just found a load of gargoyles toys and just.
Oh wow!
They just went to TK Maxx and went out.
90s gargoyle toys.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That's people went nuts for them. Yeah.
It's amazing to think that they've just been sat there.
Yeah, and it's just one of these things that happens where, for whatever reason, the distribution doesn't distribute, and this stuff just sits there. So
I'd be pretty psyched if I went into a store one day and saw a boxed BattleTech Marauder and Hunchback.
Oh God! So then we move into one of our later ones, which is Hero Gladiators.
Is this sort of the dying days of Bluebird, yeah?
Yes and no, because Hero Gladiators sold really well.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. I can see why. My brother had that one.
They were dirt cheap.
Yeah?
Well, like £2, maybe $5 max?
I seem to remember them being $3.99 is the price I had. Yeah, that's the price I have in my head. That's what
I recall these guys being really accessible as well. Like you could get them in local paper shops and things like that.
Yes, this is where it gets interesting. So now, once again, I have no evidence to show this. It's just something that's just occurred to me now. But one of the things I was going to talk about was these guys. They were in newsagents. They were in gift shops. They were in novelty stores. My brother bought a few in Great Yarmouth at a place that also sold inflatable balls and ice cream.
Yes.
These things were everywhere.
Very accessible, right? And kind of cheap, so you could get them with pocket money.
Exactly. They are the perfect pocket money toy.
I do remember having a couple of them. They were fun.
Yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them. I think there's, what's he called? It's a really weird one. Powerful Lashton. And he's just this proper little blob of a guy. It's like, yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's awesome.
I remember having, I don't know what his name was, but he was like a squat purple orky kind of guy. Like a warrior with a sword and a helmet with horns, I believe. I can't remember. You know, it was a long time ago, but
that would be the fantastic Fanglak.
was that his name?
Yep.
Is it this one, George?
Green and purples.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the one. Oh my god. I can't remember where I got him from. It may have actually been from like a paper shop or something like that.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, Scott, who runs a lot of the Cumbrian wargaming clubs, he has in his collection a full run of these guys.
Wow.
Because one of the things... Oh, no, they're all opened. Because what he used to do was he used to run stalls where he would sell toys and then the money would go into various charities. Doesn't do it anymore, but it's something he used to do. And one of the things that he got was a full run of these, and they are in a glass case, they are protected, and they're in the West Cumbria War Games Club as a little pride of place. And they are...
I imagine these are rare now. They're hard. I mean, these are going to be hard to get because of it's certainly complete because of the little skulls that you used to break off the sprues. So they'd go missing. Obviously, they'd go missing.
Go look on eBay. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can imagine.
No, they're a really cool little toy line, and once again, you have a gaming mechanic that goes alongside the toy.
Yeah, which is clever. That's very clever. It makes them very collectible and very interactable, right? You want to play with other people with them.
Yes. It's a really smart way of doing things. And once again, it's Bluebird creating these tiny little miniatures, and just going, have at it.
Yeah.
Play your games. Now, are these things as good as Manta Force? No. Are they as good as Might Max? No. But on their own terms, these are great little toys.
They're not really trying. They're not really trying to be, are they? These are like real budget items, right? These are like get with your pocket money when you go down to the paper shop of a weekend toys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then we move on to the last section. Now, this is where things are going to get real interesting for me because I now have to not get into the nitty-gritty and spend the next 4 hours talking about this. Because now we get to Havoc. Now, Havoc is a tabletop game that was built to be a cheaper alternative to 40k.
Which is clever, given that at the time, 40k was bloody expensive, as it always has been,
No, absolutely. And there's a lot to be said about the idea, and you get these pre-painted miniatures. Are they painted brilliantly? They are the same as the mighty, the hero gladiators. They are the same level of paint jobs.
Right. So it's just like it's designed to create an impression from a distance. It is not for close scrutiny, right?
Absolutely. They take everything that they've learned from hero gladiators, and they take it and they run it into a board game, into a tabletop war game. They take what they've learned from the past from various things like Manta Force, and they get a deal with 2000 AD to run a comic inside 2000 AD. So you get the Havoc comic as well. Mm-hmm. The person who writes the rule set is the guy behind Hero Quest, Battle Masters, Space Crusade.
Okay. So decent. I mean, I don't remember the rule set at all, but presumably quite decent, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I like it, but I know I have problems. So.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. White has actually sent me the Marketing Weekly article for when Bluebird gets bought out by Mattel.
Yeah. And they're doing okay, right? They're doing well, presumably.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that shortly. At the moment, I want to talk about Havoc. I want to fucking talk about Havoc. I never get the chance to talk about fucking Havoc. So the stage is set for something that's really, really good. Unfortunately, through multiple things happening all around about the same time, Havoc doesn't stick.
No, it doesn't take off, does it?
No. Argos is the main distributor, which is insane if you think about that
Yes,
for
because
half
you
a
can't
second.
see it, right? You can't see it on shelves.
No.
That's the thing, right? You don't get that spontaneous buy. Where,
No.
like, if it's in Woolworths or something like that, right?
I mean, it was always a pain in the ass to get stuff because it's like, oh, can you get me one of these? No, no, not that one. I want another
Yeah,
one.
I want the other one. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
no, no,
course.
no,
Oh,
not that one. I want the other one. I see
yeah.
there like half an hour trying to get the one bloody product which you could have got from a shelf.
Such a fucking British company, isn't it? In that regard,
Yeah.
it's just like it's like it's designed to be fucking annoying, right? And inconvenient.
But it's crazy that for a very long time, especially through the year that Havoc was actually on sale,
Hmm.
Argos was it. You could get
Oh.
the battle set from Woolworths and from what the hell, Toy Master. You could get, but apart from that, if you wanted anything else, it was Argos.
Oh, that was a bad move. Bad move.
Yes, very, very bad move. So as a result, a lot of the stock doesn't move for a very long time.
Yeah.
Toy Master then buys up the stock and sells it for the cheapest it can sell it. We are talking £1.99, £2, £3.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did it have a TV advert out of interest? Because I don't remember ever seeing this on TV.
No.
I
Oh
was
my
going to say,
god!
was there? I mean, it didn't have like a massive advertising campaign, did it, Havoc?
No, it's basically it got a load of 2000 AD artists doing a load of art, and it was in, as I say, you had the actual comic in 2000 AD. Judge Dredd magazine ran art adverts for it. There was a couple of things here and there, but even stuff like Sonic the Comic in its dying days, when it was absolutely rammed full of adverts.
Of adverts, yeah.
No Havoc.
No, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So to find out about this, you kind of just need to be looking randomly through an Argos catalog in the toy section and just come across and be like, maybe I'll give it a go, I guess.
Yeah.
It's exactly why me and my brother found it.
That's
We got
such
the
a
new
bad way
Argos.
to market things.
That's
We got
not
the Argos catalog.
the best, is it? It's not the
No.
best.
No.
No, it isn't.
Especially when like you've got like actual like Games Workshop stores on high streets and whatnot. It's like, it's just never going to compete, is it?
No. So everything gets like sliced. The prices get sliced. Woolworths and Toy Master basically take up the entirety of the bulk of stock, and they sell it for the deepest discount they can sell it for. They're basically selling it for cost.
Wow.
Yeah, just to shift through it. And
So
as a
like,
result,
they could basically give it away and it would still cost them.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was an absolute disaster.
Bit of a disaster.
Yeah, which is a shame because it's really fun. The base idea of Havoc, of these two warring factions just fighting through the solar system, and then all of a sudden this horrendous alien knockoff just turns up and starts eating their way through. It's not about it. Is it derivative? Yes. Absolutely, it is.
One of their own franchises, isn't it? I mean, they could have done like a Mantiforce knockoff of it.
Well, I often wonder if that's where this begins.
Oh, do you think they were trying to create like a game version of Mantiforce, effectively?
I think there's a lot of ideas that kind of come in from this that are expansions from Mantiforce.
Right.
Yeah, if you take something like the Stentroids and you scale it up to a later audience, an older audience, you get the Terravores.
You're right.
There is this connection between Mantiforce and Havoc.
Right. And, the sad thing is, if they'd have released it earlier, if it had come out earlier, like around the Mantiforce time, it probably would have done quite well.
Yeah. No, absolutely it would have. It's one of these things where I think that there's a lot of things that kind of happen which don't do it any favors. And I think one of the biggest things, of course, is you're taking on 90s Games Workshop.
Yeah, and also what time, what year are we talking here, Adam?
96.
Oh, 96 as well. So video games. Video games are well established at this point. So you're moving into the 32-bit era.
Yeah.
You've got the PlayStation and the Saturn and whatnot. So, it's yeah, it's really it's an uphill struggle for this
Wouldn't
kind of
Pokemon be
project.
coming out around 96? Or was that
Yeah.
more 98?
I mean, Pokemon would have just been. I think Pokemon would be 96 in Japan.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think
Okay.
it'd be here yet.
I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot to say the most important thing about why the Argos distribution was awful. Argos did not let you buy more than one at a time
Oh,
What? What do
right.
you mean?
Okay.
because for whatever reason, I think what was, and this is something that's been reported multiple times by multiple people from that era, is that they thought this was going to be a lot more popular than it was and had
Oh,
that
no.
one unit at a time sale.
Oh,
I want to buy 3
ouch.
of these. No, we could sell you 1.
Yeah,
Okay. I won't bother
yeah.
then. Bye.
Oh,
So by the end of summer 1997, this is dead.
yeah. I was going to say, it didn't last long, did it?
No. I'm going to say these were only in Argos. The hell did I see in Woolworths? You would have seen the ones that were discounted and sold much later on. So as I said before, the Toy Master and Woolworths picked up all of the stock that hadn't sold and sold it for cost.
For a pittance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
the fact that you could get a Mauler tank for $2.99 is
Pretty mental, yeah.
it
It's an
hurts my
okay
brain.
price. It's not bad.
And it's one of those things where I wish at the time, because I didn't realize, well, I mean, why would you have known what was going on in the background? But I wish I'd realized, because I would have gone into every Toy Master and worked in a radius
Just
and just
bought it all up,
cleared,
yeah.
just cleared every store out at that kind of price. Yeah, you've just. But of course, by this time, I'm in college. I'm
Of course.
I'm a grown ass man.
You're a big boy.
Absolutely,
boy.
yeah.
The big man needs.
I'm going to go have a beer for lunch out of college. Just it's stupid shit, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, so what you have the Khan Empire, the Nexus Rebellion, and the Terravor Prime Genus. I mean, let's just take a second and just enjoy the Khan Empire. And yeah, they've got these amazing names for their warriors, like the Sumikar. It's like,
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of effort was put into this, you know, a lot of time and lore building and whatnot.
100%, 100%. The fact that you've got all these like wonderful vehicles and these absolutely mental looking aliens. I mean, the fact that the Hellhounds and the Screamers never got released, it pains me. It hurts me to my soul. Yeah, there's so much of Havoc, which I genuinely think this could have been something truly special. And
If they were hiring the 2000 AD artists and whatnot, I mean, they must have had faith in this. They must have thought this is going to be big. They must have thought it was going to succeed.
Well, just have a look at some of the artwork at some point, because it is great. It's proper Simon Bisley style, right in your face.
Wow.
You know, it's not Simon Bisley, but it's that genre of work. It is so big and bombastic, and it's pure rock and roll, and it's
very sort of British sci-fi. Yeah.
There's a real sense of Rogue Trader in the art.
It sounds like it with the right marketing, it could have really succeeded in its niche. But yeah, it just didn't happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to get more in depth into Havoc, I do have a load of articles on the Fluffenhammer site. Just search for Havoc, and you'll see that I am accidentally the leading fucking expert on this shit. Because
does anyone still play it? Like
me?
Apart from you, I mean, like
my brother.
Is there like a subculture, like of people?
There is, but it's very small. I'm going to be bringing Havoc to Bring Out Your Lead. Because I think it'd be really fun to just run a load of games there.
Are you going to be running a lecture on it as well for people who don't know what it is? You can tell them what it is.
Yes, you're going to have to have that, the introductory.
Bring a whiteboard.
I've got a t-shirt that just says "Ask me about Havoc." Yeah. So if you come into Bring Out Your Lead, come and have a game of Havoc with us, because I'm just going to be running a one person, one unit. and everyone can just have a run around with the tanks and the things. I've also got a Mauler in package, which I'm going to do a video opening up and building just to show people what it was like.
The Dreadnought, or is that a different
No,
thing?
it's a tank. It's the one-man tank.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the. I mean, if you if you actually have a look at all the stuff that was available for that first year, the only thing I'm missing is the Khan heavy weapons and the 2 flyers.
Wow. So you have, a pretty respectable part of the range, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't realize how much I had until my brother came round and handed me the box. It was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I have so much havoc.
Wow.
So at some point, I intend to do a video on building the Mauler, which I think it's really funny that Mauler's just sat there for this long. I think my brother must have bought it at some point, and he's never built it. So it's both mine and his collection has been amalgamated into one, and I've got it. And I think I'm probably going to do a couple of videos on just the actual lines as well, just looking at the miniatures and chatting about them, because there's a lot here I love. I mean, I truly do have this love for Havoc. It's such a fun little excursion into a not 40k setting.
Yeah. I mean, shortly after this must have been the end of Bluebird, right?
Well, yeah, it's 1997 is around about where the buyout happens.
Such a shame. It's such a shame.
So now what's interesting is that in 1995 is when Mattel begins to start moving the gears. And so in 1995, Bluebird is in, I'm just having a look through my information here, to do pre-tax profits expected to be 19 million for 1994 and 23 million for 1995. The company is also expected to have a considerable cash pile, possibly as much as 50 million by 1996. This is a British company that is based out of Wales.
So they're doing the Games Workshop thing, right? Yeah. They're being very, very successful at what they're doing.
Yeah. So now, what seems to be the biggest killing blow is that they moved a lot of their manufacture to China. Because up until that point, the manufacturing was all happening in Britain.
Yes, and you could tell, right?
Oh, good God, yes. It moves to China to try and build up some overseas sales. Now, whilst that kind of worked in some ways, Polly Pocket and Mighty Max, I think once those lines ended, everything just kind of span.
The quality kind of drops off a little bit after those, doesn't it?
It does, unfortunately. And the wheels spin for a couple of years until the end of the 90s, where that's when Mattel swoops in. As I say, another company makes an unsolicited bid to buy them, and Mattel makes that full takeover.
It's the EA effect.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Consumed and destroyed.
Well, it's usually it's usually Hasbro that does this shit. So the fact it was so the fact it's Mattel, it's like, hey. But of course, but by the early 2000s, Bluebird's gone. Yeah, it is completely gone. Polly Pocket has been revitalized, and it comes back out. Nothing else from Bluebird's library gets another run.
What a shame. I mean, like, wouldn't you just love to see a new Mantiforce series or a new Mighty Max series? Or
the thing is, it baffles me that to this day, Mantiforce has never been replicated. I mean, and I don't mean doing a KO, and I don't mean doing the exact same thing. I mean, just the style of play.
Yes. It's unique, isn't it? There really isn't anything quite like it.
No, there never was. Never was. There's a Chinese company or a Taiwanese company who are doing their own version of Mighty Max now, which I really want to get into, but they are super expensive. I will have to look it up.
Isn't it something Sam or something?
Yeah, I want to say it's like Adventure Edgar.
Yeah. It doesn't look as good as Mighty Max, but yeah, like you said, they're very expensive as well.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
What they are. You're like,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it is one of those things. I could so get into like collecting the Mighty Max toys again and like trying to get the whole lot of them. I imagine that would be expensive.
Oh God, yeah, you have no idea.
You'd have trouble finding them complete. That would probably be
Yeah,
Yeah,
main
that's the
issue.
thing,
that
isn't
would
it?
be the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find them, and I'm not going to just spend my time staring and
I would
finding
certainly
out.
like to get Skull Mountain.
Yeah,
I would certainly love to get Skull Mountain. I mean, that thing is
Complete?
insanely good. Yeah.
if you found an incomplete one, you could use it as scenery for your Emperor's Children.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it'd work as Warhammer scenery, wouldn't it?
It really would. It really would.
I think if you want a Skull Mountain, it's probably going to cost you about 150 to 200 ish.
Let's have a look.
thought
Let's
so.
come on.
That's not so bad. I mean, I that's what I would expect.
Right. Let's see. Mighty Max Skull Mountain complete.
Complete.
Skull. Oh, that's just the shell. Oh, shell for
Yeah.
$14.99.
That's
There you go.
Yeah, that's,
Gross.
yeah.
Gross thinking
That's
about
not
Warhammer.
so bad, I suppose.
One here for 20 quid.
Mm.
83.90. This is not as bad as I was expecting.
No, 83. You know, that's respectable. I could go for that. You know.
I mean, none of these are complete, but
Oh,
Yeah,
mind you, they're
the-
hard to get complete, aren't they? Because of all the tiny little bits and things, and the
Uh,
various pieces that can be snapped or lost or whatever.
but you know, most of them are between 50 to 80% complete. There's a
Mhm.
couple of ones that are just the empty shell, which
Mm.
okay, but I mean, there's one here. It's got Max and a few other bits and pieces. It's 60 quid. That's surprising.
Mm. That original design of the Skullmaster, which is very different from how he
Yes.
came to look.
very different.
Yeah, and there's Doom Zones for like 30 quid.
Yeah, that's pretty respectable.
These are really not bad at all. Oh, Mighty Max complete set, 104. Oh, that's not. All right. When it said complete set, I thought it meant all Mighty Max stuff. It's not. It's one guy, the little heads, and it's 104.70.
Oh,
Good luck.
wow.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I mean, the Jaws of Doom, 40 quid.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't
Is that
bad.
Shark?
Yeah,
Jaws
yeah.
Doom? I loved that one. That was brilliant. That's got the little squiddy guy in it, the little Cthulhu guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hurt myself. Manta Force.
Oh.
Why?
Oh. What?
Yeah, the thing that might be the saving grace of Manta Force is that really it was a British thing, and it doesn't have the wider appeal
There's
or
a Manta.
nostalgia.
There's a Manta here that's like half complete for 25 quid.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
I mean, the other thing with Manta Force ships is that it's the space for the damn things because they're
Yeah,
massive.
that's true. That's true.
They're
There's
massive.
holy shit, there's a mostly complete red Venom here for 40 quid.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. Wouldn't you love the box though? Oh god, I'd
Yeah.
love the box.
Right.
I'd love the
I'm turning eBay off because this is dangerous.
box.
Right. So yeah, that comes to the end. That's the point where Bluebird no longer exists, and our story kind of
Well
finishes.
out of it, of course. We were well out of it by then. We would
Yeah.
have been like,
Yeah.
you know, I was a god. When did they end? 97, 98?
No, 97. 97 was the
97, okay.
final year.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wow! I was 13, so you know,
I wasn't.
was a kid.
97.
Yeah.
I was at college.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh. Left school in 96, so it'd been my first year of college.
Wow.
Where
No.
we were skipping Mondays because Mondays was math, and we were coming through to Cal and playing Laser Quest instead.
Brilliant.
And the only reason we found out much later on, the only reason that oh right, okay, Statler has just said that the Statler just said that the Mighty Max remakes happening now are called Rover Robin. So there you go. Thanks, man.
Robin. Okay.
Thanks, Statler. It's very
Monkfin is
useful.
also shrieking it at you.
I'm being shouted at. I'm being
Yes,
shouted
you
at.
are.
Oh, right. What was I saying? Oh yeah. The reason we found out that the tutor never reported the fact that no one ever attended his math lessons is that nobody turned up, and so he was just spending the time getting drunk.
Yeah, that's very legitimate. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good fun.
Like that
That's good fun.
teacher, like no student appears. All right, well, I'll just get drunk.
I
Yeah.
was drinking whiskey out my flask, and
Yeah,
this went
why?
on for eight months before anyone cottoned on.
I love it.
At this point, I might add, I was at number 3 on the Laser Quest
Hey.
scoreboard,
Brilliant.
under the very, very good name of the Voodoo Pixie. So,
Did you ever encounter the voodoo pixie?
no.
Oh, damn.
Number 1 was a guy called Minjitter. So,
Minge eater.
Minjitter.
Okay.
So, take from that what you will.
All right, well.
God, I'm having like proper flashbacks to playing Laser Quest, which is not what I was expecting from this. That's the end of Bluebird. That's the end of this show. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this kind of very deep dive and the amount of knowledge that I just needed to get out to somebody because Neuro Spicy Brain needed to talk about it to someone.
Heavy nostalgia. I mean, like really crazy nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah,
is being a child in the 1980s and 1990s again. That's what this is. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's genuinely it's ingrained into my soul.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is a big part of my makeup.
Mhm.
And it's all stuff that there isn't a huge amount of information. I mean, everything that we've kind of gone through tonight, that is years of me learning and wanting to know more and like digging as far as I can dig in a lot of ways.
Well, they're just not as prominent, are they? Apart from
No.
Mighty Max, they're just not as prominent as like Transformers or G.I. Joe or even things like Thundercats.
No, nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. And that's a shame in a lot of ways. I think that they are at the risk of now being completely forgotten and
almost completely forgotten. Yeah, particularly those older ones like Mantiforce.
Especially those 80s ones. I mean, stuff like Zero Hour. You guys didn't remember it at all.
No idea. Not
exactly.
I wasn't alive when it happened.
No, I wasn't either. So it was a bit before my time.
Yeah. You can't blame us for that.
No. And I think in a lot of ways, especially like how Mantiforce got its start with that. I don't think I mentioned it earlier on, but they had the exclusivity with Argos for the first year, which is why Havoc had it much, much later on.
Right.
And that in the late 80s, that was an absolute godsend for them. It did a wondrous job because the Argos of the late 80s is a completely different beast to the Argos of the late 90s.
Right.
The Argos of the late 90s is a much less interested brand. It is it's the place that you go just to things. It doesn't have that novelty value to it, which is what Argos had in that first decade. It had that novelty of you looked in the catalogue, you went off and get your stuff. But
it became hellish in the 90s.
Oh god, yeah, awful company, and I don't understand why they're still around.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, then, where can people find you guys if they so wish to find you? Andy, do you want to go first?
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy, and I'm also on the Moonbase 2 podcast in Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast locations, talking about Transformers each week.
Cool. And George?
You can find me on Exaggerated Elegy, where there are lots of podcasts and video game let's plays. Currently doing Clear Obscure, Expedition 33, which is awesome. Loving it. Absolutely frigging loving it. You can find published work, short story collections, etc., and all the anthologies that I'm part of at strangeplaygrounds.com and over at the Evil Empire of Amazon. There's going to be a new one out in the end of June, actually. Not just a short story and an anthology. I'll put the links up. I'll send Adam the links to that when it's all ready to go. And you can find my non-fiction over at Ginger Nuts of Horror, My Life in Horror series. And I think that's it for now for me.
As for myself, you can find the Fluffenhammer on just search for the Fluffenhammer. In fact, if you really want a fun game, just search for Bluebird Havoc. Watch what happens.
Yeah.
It's just me. It's no one else.
There's
Just me.
nobody else on the internet.
No one else is talking about it, just me. You can find my more personal and other non-fluff stuff over at adnicol. That's nicol.weebly.com. That's where my various other non-Fluffenhammer projects all go. Yeah, so come and join us. It's fun. We have a Discord. Look, yeah, we have a Fluffenhammer Discord. Come join it. It's nice. It's fun. Lovely people. Except Darren, because he shouted at me.
Shouted helpfully.
He did shout helpfully, but I didn't hear the words. I just heard the loud. And I was like, oh, I'm scared. I'm like a timid cat, of which we're about to get a second one.
Well, really?
So, yeah, we'll get a second cat.
Brilliant.
Getting a kitten.
Oh.
Little tiny kitten. Joseph's named it Padme, so
Okay.
that's my life now. With all that being said, then we are going to get out of here. Thank you very much for you guys at home for listening, if indeed
thanks,
you still
guys.
are.
Thanks so much.
And thank you to Andy and George. Bye-bye.
Pleasure.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
bye.
Bye-bye.